What are you talking about, Dave? What am I supposed to be talking like?
That new mic sounds great.
Or does it do something
It was
fun
a
with my
ghost.
voice?
It was a ghost.
Oh, there's a woman behind you! Run! Run! There's a woman behind you!
Oh, keep all that. Keep all that in.
You sound like a meatball.
You sound
Come
like
on,
meatball.
take the meatballs.
You sound like Meatwad, folks. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's us at Starting Rolls, me, Lee, and Dave. We're hanging out here with you today, live stream at the Starting Rolls. Remember, guys, by the way, I thought I would throw this out there at the beginning. If you are a member of our Patreon, you get to check out a whole half an hour before and a whole half an hour after this live stream each week. So please consider doing that. Hey, guys, I don't know about you, but did you hear the news? Is there any news? Is there any news today? Have we heard anything about any news? I couldn't tell you. I was at the beach. I was at my birthday party. Can't tell you anything that might have happened. I couldn't. Is anybody heard any news with their right ear, particularly?
You guys fucking with me right now? We were just talking about it.
Wait, hold on a second. Yes, we are. We're totally messing with you.
Joke's on you.
Yep.
I get it now.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
I haven't heard any news, really.
You know, I haven't watched a single second of the RNC, and I don't know if I can bring myself to do it. I saw like some clips. I saw still images of it, and I saw that the former president had a giant, like, I couldn't tell you what that was. It was like a gauze pad on his ear, on his head. It was like it's covering the whole side of his head.
A little pillow.
Yeah.
Is that because he didn't want to hear anything?
Well, it's for when he falls asleep.
Yeah, he just gets a little tired.
Yeah.
That makes
Well, I'm
sense.
gonna take a little nap.
That's a great idea. Why don't we just strap pillows to our head so we could just sleep anywhere?
It's been right in front of us the whole time.
You
don't know
guys
why
have
we
never
have
been on an airplane before? With the neck
I've had
pillow?
that.
It's literally called a neck pillow.
I
My
gotta
neck
get two
pillow?
of those. I have to stack them because my neck is like a giraffe.
I found out we're wearing them wrong.
How are you supposed to wear it?
Why? Will you put it on like a trough instead? Like,
Yeah, like a collar, like a priest's collar. But a fat
Wait, on
one.
the
oh,
front
because your
way?
head, so it keeps your head
So
from going.
you don't do that. You go, ugh.
Yeah. Wait.
Huh?
So your head doesn't fall forward.
Why have we been doing it wrong this whole time?
Well, because we haven't been
doing it well.
That makes sense now. Thank you for clearing that up. Do you have
You're
one,
welcome.
Lee? Is this
What's going on? Are you getting Lee? Originally, that was a long sleeve shirt that Lee is wearing, but he just tore him off in a rage.
There.
Wait,
That makes sense. How come you don't
Well,
wear
your
that
eyes are still
for the
open.
podcast?
your eyes are still open. Is that how you sleep, with your eyes open?
I'm gonna wear this for the show.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
hey,
Let's
Rachel.
keep him. Keep Lee going. Rachel, oh man, I was just saying hi real quick. I have to go to a presentation to Park City employees about their compensation. I will miss you. Well, we'll miss you too. Park City, Utah? Well, hey, is that
go to the Hollister house? It's haunted.
also get us a Starbucks if you can stop there on the way here after.
This lady at the Hollister house.
Rachel, we heard you heard about the news. Did you hear about the news? Did anybody hear about this?
Be
Where
careful
were
what
you?
you say. That's
Can
what I'm
anybody fill us
learning.
in?
Be
Yeah.
careful what you say on the internet.
I don't know. I think it's all been said at this point.
Poor Tenacious, poor Jack Black.
I know.
What did Jack Black say?
You didn't hear
He
about
didn't
Tenacious
say it.
D?
He didn't say anything,
Let me
but
get this thing on. Dave, you tell a story. I'm gonna fix this.
well, I saw the video last night before it got picked up,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was really strange. But it was at a show in Australia. I think they were. I don't know. Was it actually Kyle Gass's birthday?
Yeah.
They had this robot bring out this cake with candles and everything, and they would make a wish, and
you can say it, Dave.
I guess I can say it because it's
because he's
verbatim.
Yeah.
He said, "I wish,
Quote.
I wish they." Yeah, he said, and I quote, "I wish they don't miss Trump next time."
Oh,
And Jack Black, even in the video, he kind of was like, tried to like kind of laugh it off.
Like,
he
oh,
kind of like,
yeah.
he kind of stumbled.
Yeah.
And that was where the video ended.
Whoa.
But now Jack Black put out a statement. He's like, hey, I was blindsided by that. You know, I don't, you know, approve of anything, blah, blah, blah. And
I mean,
they had to cancel the rest of their shows. They wanted like immediate deportation for them. Apparently the prime minister was like, yeah.
Well, I guess
well,
they didn't
also,
want to catch any
it's
heat.
not like it's not a good look for Biden because Jack Black came out and like introduced him at that big thing. I can't remember what it was.
Right, I remember that.
But he did this whole like impromptu speech, and then like you can't have that, and then be on stage with the guy who's saying.
So wait, are you saying we can't say things anymore?
There's certain. No, okay. So there's this thing called free speech, but when people hear free speech, they only think of those two words put together. They don't actually think of like the definition of free speech. Yeah. You can't just say what you want.
Well, I mean, listen,
like, without consequences.
You can't incite that. Yeah.
Theoretically, you can say what you want, but maybe tomorrow you'll have a knock at your door with dudes in suits going like, are you serious? What did you say? You got beef, boy.
Do you think, when you say, are you serious, do you think that Jack Black, a comedian, is serious?
No, but what happened was, so Kyle Gass said that, and it's, I honestly, I chuckled at it, because, like, let's be honest, a lot of people joked about that and thought about it. Like,
yeah, it's rock and roll.
Yeah, so
let's just say the thought went through people's heads,
or at least buzzed their ears,
or nearby their heads.
But the response, like, I imagine they must have been getting death threats. They must have, like, it must have gotten chaotic for them to cancel the rest of their tour.
Yeah,
it had to have been bad. It's a
bad time right now. Like, I think we're witnessing a lot of crazy mass traumas. And like, the first thing I thought when I saw what happened on Saturday was, oh my God, how horrifying for those people in the crowd. I disagree with them politically, but nobody should go through that kind of situation ever. That's a horrible, horrible moment in history. And however,
I can't.
There's no however. Yeah,
I can't help but see. This is where I'm a bit of an asshole. I'll be honest about it. I'm a bit of an asshole. I don't like myself. Why should others? So I do think that. Like, I feel bad for the family of the guy who died.
They become
I feel
human
bad, but at the same time, I'm like, you guys are the people voting for the people who are making sure guys like the shooter can get those guns, and why there's so many guns in that man's house, and like doing nothing to help mental health and doing nothing to stop people from getting guns. And then spreading violent rhetoric constantly.
Here's what I like to do is it's hard for me to just sort of get on a platform or a soapbox and start saying, hey, you guys are doing it wrong. You guys are not like voting your own interests. But I did remember, I'll give myself a little bit of credit for this one. But when George W. was running, or like at least the second time, I had a coworker at the time, and her daughter, they were both going to vote for George Bush, but we like worked at a job that was like sort of not a great job. And I talked to her for a few days, and she's like, well, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm like, here's why I think you should vote for this guy versus that guy, because here's where you're working. Like, we're living in like a similar situation. The things that this guy will do will directly benefit you, and the things that George W. Bush will do will not. And here's why. And I really spent like about a week before that election just talking to her and being like, why is it that you think he's a good candidate? Why? And then finally, I got her to change her vote to the Democratic John Kerry at the time, and her daughter also changed her vote because of that. Wow. Which I think that if if we can all just sit with like one person, or hopefully two people, but one person, and just kind of ask them, especially people like the folks at the rally the other day, I think they're not fully appreciative of the fact that Trump does not give a shit about them.
He doesn't. They don't know that.
They're misinformed.
Yeah,
but also like
fed, one story.
People have been pointing out like how tragic it is that this random dude got, like. Yeah. But then people, the internet being the internet, people like looked on his Facebook stuff and realized like, oh, I'm not saying he deserved what he got. But there's a certain type of person that likes Trump so much they go to his rallies, and they're not the best representation of humanity.
No.
Yeah.
Well, they want to be in a club, and like the club
in a bad club
is the we all wear capes and shoot guns. I don't know what their club is. But yeah.
Man.
Capes are cool.
Apes are cool, actually.
Snickersnag is in the chat.
Snickersnag. Hey,
what's
Snickersnag? Will you wear capes with us? What color cape would you wear? Would you have an insignia on it? And what would it be?
Oh, yeah.
Those are our questions. And Stony Spike?
It's a cult, not a club. Hey, Stony Spike.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, man, it's about to get good in here. We got Snickersnag. We got Stony Spike. Aristotle, put me another notch up, will ya? Just
Let's check your thermometer reading here.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You got no more sleeves to rip off.
I got way more to rip off.
The weedometer. Here, let me just make sure that this is very clear that this is a weedometer here. Let me put this little thing up here.
Hey, Judella.
Judella.
So I can advertise it. I just couldn't do it on the camera for the real show. But at the beginning of the, if you want to see it, you go to patreon.com/these stoning rolls. I can't speak. I need support here, guys.
Yeah. Well,
so listen, I don't even know what you're talking about.
The joke I always love, I probably said it before, but like the different, the difference between a cult and a religion is, in a cult, there's someone all the way at the top who knows it's all bullshit, and in a religion, that guy's dead. I love that.
Are we the cult or the religion?
With cult of personality.
Nah.
Yeah. And that's I drank this, and it's real, and it's gonna
Somebody gave that to Lee, and he drank it.
Yeah,
someone gave me a thing. I drank it. It's called Drink Loud. Check it out. It's real. It tastes.
And, meter.
It definitely tastes.
Out of all the drinks I've had, it tasted. It really tasted, and
what is it giving?
It's giving. This is not going to go well at the end of this episode.
The roach clips are going to be interesting. Or quiet.
I can't wait. We are about like 30, 40 minutes into.
Oh, fuck.
We can watch. This is a scientific experiment.
You're experiencing this with us, yeah.
Write down your observations.
We have a wonderful game of wait, what? That I don't remember writing.
I can't. Yeah. You're not going to remember reading it either.
No, I'm going to watch this on Saturday on YouTube.
Yeah.
And be like, these guys are funny.
I know, that's 4 days away, so you won't even remember any of this.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Well, that whole thing, sorry to bum you out, but the RNC goes on till what, Wednesday? All week? When is it?
So we got something to...
Oh, good.
We don't need to continue talking about the RNC.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch any of it.
Don't do it. Also, okay, JD Vance, guys, this is a problem. This is a real problem. I don't know if it's necessarily strategic.
Isn't that the guy from The Office?
Yeah. Isn't he Zach Galifianakis? We're talking about
Vance Refrigeration.
Vance Refrigeration.
Oh my God. This conspiracy goes deep.
It really does.
No, he called Trump American Hitler and still wants to be his VP.
He was never Trumper at some point. Yeah.
Which is kind of nice because it just means he doesn't really stand for anything.
Yeah.
Oh, he stands for things.
Yeah.
Did you not listen to the quiz last time with the Project 2025 question?
I did, and I got it wrong. So what?
He's part of that camp. He wants all that stuff. He wants to make divorce illegal.
Well, I mean,
like
legal.
He wants to make that illegal. He wants to ban gender affirming healthcare completely. He wants he wants to do some terrible things.
That's why he got picked, because you got to find a big piece of shit to.
Yeah, like who's gonna be the successor?
Yeah,
but you know what? I think Trump might pull a Putin on this one, because Putin could only have like 2 consecutive terms as president, and then he got some other guy to be like a puppet prime minister for 4 years, and then Putin became president again, and then he changed the law so that he can be president until like 2032. So like, I feel like we're headed down that path, and I don't think I'm being paranoid about it, because there's an example.
No.
Yeah,
I don't think you're far off. I think he's a little too old. I think he'll get rid of that middle step. It's just one of the things he'll do in his next term is say, because he's already talked about how he had the election stolen from. He said he had the election stolen from him, so therefore he deserves his 2 years again, or something like that.
Right.
So he's already planning on a 3rd term.
Could he somehow imbue his soul into Baron and then just continue
like Palpatine
the reign? Think about it.
Probably. He probably just like unzips his weird little like. You ever notice he's got a full on thing like in his neck is just like I feel
that's where he's being piloted from.
Like I feel like he's always constantly holding his breath a little bit, and then when he goes like he closes the door, he's like.
He's a frog person.
He really is. He's reptilian for sure.
Like
that's why him and McConnell get along so well. It's a turtle and a frog.
Turtles and frogs.
Watch your steps, sir.
They're hanging out in the swamp.
They're supposed to drain it.
I do think that he's gonna like. I mean, just think about it. They said Roe v. Wade was precedent, and like, or they weren't going to change established law, and then boom, second they could do it, they did it, and that's what's.
Not to mention, what's her name dismissed the.
The case, the legal documents case.
You got to jump in here. It's hitting me hard now.
Dude, I don't know.
She dismissed it, with prejudice, meaning they can't even bring it back. It's as bad.
No. Well, I don't know how bad it is. Because now they can appeal to the 11th Circuit, and I heard that's good, but there's no way I can describe why right now.
Short Circuit 1 or 2? Short Circuit 2 was pretty terrible. Short Circuit 1
by
was also
the 11th Circuit, they figured out how to get the same feel as the first Short Circuit.
Yeah,
but kind of James Cameron did. Where they like put more short circuits.
That was a seamless transition.
But that's the thing. It's like, how is Donald Trump so Teflon that like, I'm not sitting here questioning the outcome of Saturday, but it is kind of remarkable that this guy has managed to literally dodge bullets and figuratively dodge bullets. It is kind of insane, and I feel like the religious right is going to be like, it's because it's God is putting his hand on it, and like it's only going to galvanize that base. It's only going to make them think for real that God is on their side. And it's really,
what if we're all just like, what if we're all just sentient NPCs in Donald Trump's simulation?
Why would you
have any more of that drink? Why are you holding out on a sleeve? I could have at least 10. You had 100?
Yeah. It's just bottles, empty bottles around it. Can't even move. Real size? Not mini?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
You wouldn't believe it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, boy.
These Wake and Bake episodes really, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. We love them. That's what we love. We love that you're here with us in the morning, in the summer, in July, in the middle of July. Wow. I can't wait till it gets already hotter out here.
Yeah. Pool day in the future.
Pool day. Yeah, I'm going to go to the beach like twice a week until, I don't know,
September. There's a lot of gas involved in that. Just come to the pool. Come to Bar Bougainvillea, man.
I can walk to Bar Bougainvillea from here, actually.
Yeah.
How's the sign? I didn't get to see a picture.
You didn't see the. Oh, that's right. You didn't see the sign. It didn't.
You
Even
gotta
open up
come
your eyes.
for inserts.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's something that happened. Our film, The Key Club, is going to have its premiere at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood in October at the world famous Screamfest Film Festival.
Yeah.
That is congratulations.
That's always
fellas.
fun.
We did it.
Oh,
We
it's
made
going to
it.
be amazing. We're going to have such a good time.
Yeah.
Anyone can come to the screening. We don't know when it is yet, but we'll post.
I have on good authority
Here's
that
October.
one or more of our viewers might attend. Actually,
Really?
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Oh,
That's just
cool.
might happen.
Is it
Yeah,
me?
because it's
It
Dave.
is you.
and possibly me. I don't know.
Yeah.
One more.
I don't
If
know.
I,
I'm
yeah,
not
it's
sure.
one of us. Well,
Aristotle is so amazing in this film that we made.
Oh, stop.
incredible.
Everybody somehow just knocked it out of the park. It would honestly, if it were a baseball game, it'd be kind of boring to watch because every person's just knocking it out of the
Home
park.
runs. Well, it's a
Home
labor of
run
love.
every time.
We all put our hearts into it, and we really wanted to do something special. So I think it's that's how I felt anyway, and I know I could see it exuding from y'all. So this is going to be a good time, guys. I really hope.
Stony Spike said she's gonna come. We got
Yes.
Stony. We got the one or
Yeah.
more.
Yeah,
Tudella's coming too.
Ah!
See that?
We're gonna have a cheese bag on her.
It's yeah.
We should
Tell
probably
us how
also
it is
mention.
because we'll be outside.
As soon as our film starts, and that there's like 3 seconds of black screen, I want everyone to go cheese bags.
Exactly. It is a Stoning Rolls production, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
We'll
all
live
there.
stream the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's going to be great.
and the cheese bags will watch it live on their phones in the audience there.
Reserved cheese bag seating.
Yeah,
That it was meant to be
Just
seen.
cheese bags on each seat.
Everybody's very confused. Well, am I a cheese bag?
We should put jalapeno Cheetos
Yeah.
on each one of those seats as a gift.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the calling card.
If you could find them, I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy. I could never find the jalapeno Cheetos. It's every type of Cheeto. There's cheese
And-
puffs and Cheetos, every
Have you
flavor.
ever noticed they don't sell the big bag of them?
No, they don't.
No, they don't
Sometimes
want you to
do.
have that kind of power.
Not at all. Yeah,
No,
you can't.
it's too.
You can't.
That's like
wield
illegal. Like you can only carry however
Yeah.
many ounces of jalapeno Cheetos
that.
on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they figure you. It's like you're fitting to distribute at that at that weight.
Yeah.
Legalize
you pop
jalapeno
the
Cheetos.
trunk. You pop the trunk, and it's just like bricks of jalapeno Cheetos.
I gotta stock up. We actually stocked up. We got 4 bags one time because it was like if you buy 4, they were like $2 each or something. So we were like, we gotta get this deal.
We need to wrap them like drugs. We really.
Yeah, I
they
was
need
just
to-
thinking that would be really funny to wrap a bunch of jalapeno Cheetos up like drugs in like cellophane and tape.
Oh, it'd be so good. Yeah.
Oh, there's
Just
simply
duffel
cheese-
bags full of them.
The Simply Puffed Cheetos, highly recommended. Well, I'll check it out. Snicker Snag.
Ooh.
I'll see if I
Simply
can snag
puffed Cheeto.
those. Yeah, there's a
How do
pretty
you
good.
simply? One does not simply
That's-
puff a Cheeto.
Yeah, that sounds complicated if you
Yeah.
ask me. A
One does
Simply
not-
puffed.
Simply Puff.
There has to
And
be.
you're just
there's a
holding the
catch.
Cheeto.
Yeah.
We should probably also mention we're going to be on a panel at Comic-Con next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Is that next week? Damn.
Pretty
Next week,
crazy.
a week from
10
Thursday.
days, 10 days
Yeah.
from now. Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con.
April Wallen's panel. We're going to be
Yeah,
hanging
we're
out.
going to be, it's called Writers Workshop. From concept
Workshop.
to creation. From
I'm
1
going to say
to
most
2
of
p.m.
he's getting there. Let's check the thermometer, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go
Yeah.
to the thermometer.
Temperature's
here.
rising. I
What do we
think.
got? Write down your
Remember
results.
that song Bad Moon Rising? That's a badass song.
Oh, that's a good one. I wish I could play it on
Yeah.
guitar. How's it go? It's I see.
I see
don't
bad
pay,
moon rising.
Yeah.
I
commercial
see
break?
no trouble on the way.
Don't go down tonight. There's a bathroom
You're
on the
about to
right.
lose your guy. Betting on the down.
Yeah, there's a bathroom on the right. We love that song.
Yeah. It's on the left for me.
Yeah. Well, mine it's on the right.
No.
The bath. I should just have like one of them singing fish on the wall, and every time you walk past it, it'll say, "There's a bathroom on the right."
Billy the Loudmouth
I think you can program those, right? You could probably find that on. Yeah. Isn't it Prime Day right now?
Has there ever been a serial killer that like blamed Billy the Loudmouth Bass? I feel like that has to have happened in real life, right?
Do it
for killing.
I didn't want to do it. Billy told me. And then they eventually find out Billy is the loudmouth bass.
Yeah.
But
that
they bring
could be
the fish in, and he's like, I didn't do it. It was
I know my rights.
I know. It was the Bop It toy.
And then the Bop It toy says, it was the dancing flower.
All of a sudden, it's like really...
dancing flower.
It's like just far enough removed from Toy Story that like
it wasn't me.
What,
it was the chicken who does the thing.
The chicken that does the thing.
You know, the one that goes like this.
Yeah.
That's not a I don't think that's a chicken.
Rooster?
It's a... Well, what bird would that be?
It's a bird.
It's like a woodpecker.
It looks kind of like a chicken. Pecking for seeds.
I don't think it's a chicken.
I think I'm with Dave
Chat.
on this one. I think
What kind of bird is that?
It's more like
you know the one.
It does this.
Yeah. They used it in The Simpsons to keep pressing Y on the keyboard.
Darkman?
Homer did.
It was in Darkman?
Yes, it was in Darkman, yeah.
Any tab.
Shot by
Any key.
Bradford May. Did you know that? Bradford May was the cinematographer of Darkman. Crazy.
And Bradford May was the cinematographer and director of Darkman's 2 and 3.
2 and 3, yeah. And the cinematographer of freaking Monster Squad.
Yeah. He's a great cinematographer. You know what else
He's also, you know what? Let's not go into it. We don't need to talk about.
We don't.
That's a good song.
That'll get us back on track.
I just rewatched Back to the Future 3 2 weeks ago, and then my partner Aubrey, she's never seen 2 and 3 before, so we watched 2 the other night, Back to the Future 2. Well, we watched 1 and 2, and then we started Back to the Future 3. Let me just say something. Okay, shout out Thomas F. Wilson for playing like 7 characters in those movies.
I believe you said 47, and I believe you were wrong.
That was a typo.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I did think that was funny that so many people came after you for clearly being sarcastic.
I'm like, this is hyperbole, folks.
Yeah.
It
wasn't
exaggerating.
40. Yeah.
Me
clearly
accentuating.
Not 47 characters.
It's called figurative language, folks. For Thomas F. Wilson, I'm trying to emphasize how great he was and diverse he was at being the villain through every timeline and every part. Each one of those movies, he is the antagonist, and it is great. He's I don't know. My point was that we should be heralding him as much as Michael J. Fox as from that time, and I feel like because your villain has to be as good as your hero for the movie to be good, and I think that Biff was a worthy villain in those movies. I gotta tell you, Buford Tannenville.
Oh, Buford, Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
I hate that name.
They really he just chewed the scenery with that role, I'm telling you.
Oh my god, he had the best time ever.
Yeah, so much fun.
Did you ever see the classic 1980s, early 80s horror movie April Fool's Day?
No, but you did mention it.
There's he's in that, but it's pre Back to the Future, and it's like a little glimpse at Biff.
So is it just like
it's fun
murders, but nobody believes them because it's April Fool's Day?
It's a bunch of, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I've seen it. It's a bunch of kind of like rich kids who are taking a boat to their friend's parents' house on the lake or on an island.
Okay.
And people start getting killed off one by one, and the girl who lives there doesn't know what's going on, and she's got a mysterious past. And he's one of the other rich kids.
The killer.
No, Biff. What's his name? What's the actor's name? I can't remember. I feel bad. That's ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Frisbee.
I love that in the beginning
Far out.
of Back to the Future 3. It says double back, written and performed by ZZ Top. I say
Yeah.
ZZ.
ZZ.
That's shout out to Sandra. You know what time it is, by the way?
What time?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What did he say? Oh my God, my brain isn't okay. Wait, this is the worst. We gotta re-record. This is terrible. Wait, what? The show that makes you go, what?
Sounds pretty good to me.
So
How do you?
bad.
Yeah,
I love it.
no need for take two.
It's never changing. Did it one take. By the way, just to refresh the audience, we had never heard what the music was going to be for the show.
We were auditioning.
Yeah, we were like, I'm going to press play, and then Lee, you're going to sing the lyrics. And that's how we got our theme song for Wait, what?
We have to explain it every week because it's that terrible.
It's so bad.
It's so abrasive.
Don't we know someone who can sing? I can do like a really good interpretation of what I did.
No. I don't think
right.
it's possible. I don't think
Wait
it's
on some
possible.
backing vocals, maybe.
Yeah, it's a perfect
okay.
song.
So let's get into today's game because you will be saying, not gonna say it. I saw your fingers
He's ready.
going for it, but I'm not gonna say wait what.
I'm poised.
Hey, wait, he did it.
I got him! Yeah, baby. Did you see how smooth that was?
You
That
did get
almost
me.
slipped by.
Woo. Woo.
I spoke
Okay.
over you. I didn't hear it.
I do have a question for both of you before the actual question starts.
This is a trap question.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Are there choices?
There are choices, yes, but the thing is your answers won't necessarily affect the answer, but you will just feel differently having admitted. How old, Dave?
I already feel differently from this explanation. I don't like. What? Was that a
Dave.
warning or a threat?
No, it's just it makes the question better with the audience having known the answer to the first question.
Is
So,
this the build?
real
Is this
quick.
the build up to question one? Because your build-ups have been getting crazy.
Yeah.
So, Dave, how old is your mattress? Would you say the one you sleep on every night? How old? How many years?
Oh God. 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, Aristotle, how old do you think your mattress is?
I know exactly how old it is because I got it the middle of last year, so it's maybe 1 year old actually.
Okay, so that's pretty nice. Mine's almost, I feel like 8. It's time to get a new mattress, right?
Get a new one.
Because an 8-year-old mattress contains roughly blank.
That was the
Oh.
opening to the question, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, it was A, 10 spider nests.
Oh no!
B, 10 gallons of sweat. C, 10 pounds of dead flesh.
Wait a second here. All of those sound terrible.
Yeah, they all
You
I don't
can't.
want any of that. I've only got 1 pound of that by now.
Whatever the answer is,
'Cause
you
the
can say yours is about 1.
The
Yes.
mattress can't weigh 10 pounds more. I feel like that'd be noticeable when you're picking it up.
So you're saying it's not 10 pounds of dead flesh.
Mm.
What
10
was the
pounds.
exact question again?
The exact question is an 8-year-old mattress contains roughly blank.
All right.
A, 10 spider nests. B, 10 gallons of sweat. C, 10 pounds of dead flesh.
Now, okay,
Mm.
a clarifying question here. When you say sweat, do you mean like dried sweat, or is it wet sweat? Is it wet sweat or dry sweat?
How wet
Well, that-
is this sweat, sir?
This is all
Stop
brilliant.
avoiding the question.
This is all,
Yeah, I'm
you
just
got to
saying.
save. Write that down for a sound bite because that's amazing. I imagine the sweat would be dry, most of it,
Dry
right?
Because you can't just go wring out your mattress right now.
Yeah, you can't just jump up and
And
down
get
on your
10
mattress
gallons.
and have sweat coming out.
Yeah.
Coming out.
That's going to be a
Get out my
squishy.
clothes out.
So there's none of them.
What's the chat saying? I can't see the page.
They want
yours is
C's
14
and
years
B.
old, so that's 14 gallons of spider nests, I think.
Gallons of spiders' nests.
Honestly, the spider nest. That freaks
How many
me out.
spiders' nests?
10. Roughly 10.
Think about the placement of
Spiders'
those.
I'm going to say, you know what I'm going to go with? And this is because it's my instinct. I'm going to say that Lee is delighting in terrorizing Dave because spiders, Dave doesn't like spiders.
No,
And I'm going to say that the answer, he's going to try to say, don't go to sleep at night, Dave. You got spider nests. So
there's 10 of them.
Well, yours, you probably have more like 7 or 8.
I'm coming up around 9. Yeah, probably. Pretty soon another one's gonna move in. It's only a matter of time. In this economy, pretty good deal for a spider.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the gallons of sweat.
You're going to go B, 10 gallons of sweat.
I guess, because if it could be dry sweat, which my brain really doesn't understand what that is exactly.
I feel like it's probably like turned into like weird yellowish salt.
Okay, yeah.
And that would weigh, right?
Mm.
But that's not the pounds, that's the gallons, right?
No.
Wait, what type of currency are we using?
How heavy is a gallon of sweat? And times that by 10. Is that more than 10 pounds? How much is how much is a gallon of water weigh?
How many gallons is 1 gallon?
I hate this question.
I'm gonna go to the.
It's too early.
I'm gonna go to the weed meter or the weeder. Right.
Yeah, you can put that up a little bit.
Yeah, we got.
I can't do this.
What do we got?
Sweat. I'm just gonna say sweat. That's
B,
my
sweat.
answer.
Aristotle, what's your answer? Are you going
I'm gonna say spiders.
All right. Well, an 8-year-old mattress contains roughly 10 pounds of dead flesh. That's the weight of a Dachshund sausage dog. In dead skin cells, you shed as little as 1.5 grams a night, but that adds up.
I mean, I feel like I lift my mattress up like from time to time to get like the sheets,
You
over
probably
the
shake a
corners
bit
and stuff
off.
like that. That's not what I was thinking, but
I think Snicker Snag and Stony Spike got that right.
Stony
that
Spike
was-
got dead flesh.
Was that C? Because I think that's
yeah, that's better than
yeah.
the spiders. I agree.
Yeah, better than spider nests, right, Dave? Be
Yeah.
thankful.
So wait, are you saying there's more than 10 spider nests then?
And also, if I sleep in my mattress
Oh, I
for
know.
100 years, will I make another me? Or will there be a clone? Because I can just
More like just like a weird mattress.
yeah.
It'd be like the U version of a mattress.
It would be more me than mattress.
A my
at that
mattress?
point.
More
mattress.
mattress than human. More mattress than human. More mattress than human.
I forget how to
Okay.
play that one.
Question
Move
number
the meter up
2.
again. It's ridiculous.
It's a pretty good song I wrote. All right. This one, Aristotle, you love going to the beach. Dave, I know
Yeah.
the beach. Do you like the beach? I can't remember.
I don't like sand.
You don't like sand, but you like the water part.
I don't like the water.
So I
don't like getting in the water.
You like the beach. If you
Yeah.
don't like sand, and you don't like getting in the water.
I like
The beach
I don't
is
like-
terrible for you.
Yeah.
I don't like sun. I don't like sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like
being
being in the sun
outside.
either. Yeah.
Okay,
Anything
well,
else?
Aristotle, do you go in the water?
I go in the water every time with my boogie board, and I forget about life for a while. It's great. It's like I'm one with the ocean.
Yeah, that's great. You should forget about life. You should definitely forget about this because the number of blank in the ocean outnumbers the amount of stars in the Milky Way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Creatures don't.
A, carnivorous fish. That means meat eater, Dave.
Yeah,
I
that's
got, thank you. It's yeah.
By the way, Dave, you're like Anakin
I know
Skywalker.
that word from dinosaurs. Lee.
Okay, so A, carnivorous fish. B, viruses. C, venomous sea spiders.
Why
sea
again with the spiders? I feel
See?
like
I'm gonna go spider every time on this one.
Because you know, like statistically, one of the spider questions is going to be spiders.
Right? Also,
it's
you
gotta
mentioned
be
White
virus.
Zombie, and White Zombie singer is Rob Zombie, and Rob Zombie's brother is the singer for Power Man 5000, and his brother's name is Spider.
Spider. Good guy.
That's...
I worked with Spider back in 2011 on a show called Death Valley. Real nice guy. Very creative.
So is that the answer?
I was in Cage 9, and the singer for Cage 9 was in Power Man 5000, so that's a fun fact.
Their song was "Are you ready for it? 'Cause I'm ready for it. You wanna know, baby.
I remember that.
Put the meter up, bro."
Let's
Anyway,
Every song break.
The number of blank in the ocean outnumbers the stars in the Milky Way. Think about that.
Yeah.
The amount of stars in the Milky Way.
Yeah.
Carnivorous fish, viruses, or venomous sea spiders.
That's why it's got to be viruses. Viruses.
They're very small.
Very small.
Very small.
Yeah.
There's room for them all. And
That's
tell me
where
how
life
big
started.
Dave, tell me how big a
Ocean
venomous
big.
sea spider is.
ocean big, virus small.
We know
How
that.
big do you think a sea spider is?
I mean,
Bigger than a virus.
Not as small as a virus, I guess. Yeah.
see.
What's the chat saying?
Types of sea spiders are just total spiders. That's a question we have from the chat.
We need clarification here.
I didn't even think about the spiders that accidentally find themselves in the ocean.
Yeah.
That's the
Just
thing,
imagine
too.
the incidental spiders.
Yeah, what makes a spider a sea spider?
It's just in the
Well,
sea.
now I'm definitely saying we're adding spiders. We're adding more spiders to the mix.
I feel like if it was up to Dave, he would just throw all the spiders in the sea because he ain't going to the beach anyway.
Can we?
So he's not
Yeah,
gonna-
it's true. He doesn't go to the beach.
Yeah. See, perfect place for spiders. Have at it. You know what? I'll give you all the beach.
You can have every beach
Just
in the world.
leave me alone. Yeah.
Fuck it. The answer is B, viruses.
Yes. Thank you.
Viruses.
The number of viruses in the ocean outnumbers stars in the Milky Way. It's important to note, however, that these viruses do play an important role in the ecosystem of the ocean, and many of them are not harmful to humans.
That's what they say
But
about spiders.
That's what they say
It's
about
exact
spiders.
same thing.
That's what they say about
They don't consider psychological harm.
longbows. That's what they say about skateboards.
Yeah.
Everything hurts. That's what they say about life.
Everybody hurts.
Everybody hurts. This is a way to get into the. Okay, so isn't that crazy? Like you do a song like It Hurts, and it's one of those songs that just like gets stuck in your brain
Yeah.
all day. Speaking of brains, did you know there are 100,000 miles of blank in the human brain?
Oh.
A,
worms.
invasive cranial bacteria, also known as brain spiders.
Come on.
B, wrinkles.
Okay.
C, blood vessels.
Oh, I got a reasoning on this one because there are more cells technically in your body. I forget. It's like you have somatic cells, which are you, and then cells that are like other bacteria in your gut and stuff. And oh yeah, from time to time, the number of bacteria in your body or foreign DNA creatures outnumbers your own body cells. So I'm going to say it's the cell thing.
The cell thing?
Yeah,
What cell thing?
Bacteria. The bacteria.
Oh, the invasive cranial bacteria, also known as brain spiders.
Yeah,
You're going
got-
spiders again. That whole
100
explanation,
miles.
you could have just said spiders.
Yeah. All right, we have a clarifying question from Snickersnag. Wait,
Okay.
Yeah.
how do you
Yeah.
measure a wrinkle? It is measured when unwrinkled or straight. That's a good point.
No, it's got to be.
In its
gotta
wrinkled
be,
form.
No, it's straightened out, obviously, because in its wrinkled form, it's the size of a brain.
Right. So, like, my hair is
But
curly.
if you took all the wrinkles and straightened them out,
yeah.
maybe,
If you straighten out these
maybe
curls,
I'm not saying there is, but maybe there's 100,000 miles of that shit.
Okay, what's the other
there's a
other
perfect
answer?
demonstration here. You got
Invasive
curly
cranial
hair, and if
bacteria.
you stretch out a curl,
No,
it
the
actually
other one.
goes way longer. I could wrap
Yeah,
this
see,
curl
Aristotle's
around
head
the,
is just
the
like
plane.
a brain.
What's the
like
other
3 times.
answer?
Blood vessels.
Oh, blood vessels.
See that?
And we're
Look how
talking
long
just
his
in,
hair is. That's
just in
crazy.
our-
I wish my hair was that long.
just in our brain or in our entire body?
Human brain.
Human brain.
The human brain? What's that?
Real size, not mini.
Oh, that's a good
Take that soundbite.
Now play them
Well.
together.
Ooh, we could harmonize.
Harmonize.
don't
Guys,
even know
come
what that
on.
This is tough, man.
I'm gonna have
Real
to put
size?
a timer on
Not
you.
mini? It's wrinkling my brain.
Oh,
And the chat is all over the place. It's not helping.
what's the chat
Well,
saying?
Let's play some
ACCB.
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 Well, kind of is that.
What?
ACCB,
I'm gonna go. How long? Do I have to answer this question? Huh?
How long was so good? 100,000 miles.
100,000 miles. All right,
100,000 miles.
that's a lot. I'm
So
gonna
many
go.
miles.
I'll go. I don't want to go spiders.
That wraps around the Earth like 3.5 times, I think. At the equator.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Circumference.
I know the circumference
All
of the
right,
Earth.
I don't need a
Check me
throwback to Copernicus over here. I'm gonna go. I'll go A. I don't care anymore.
You're going invasive cranial bacteria.
No, wait, that's the
also
spiders.
known as brain spiders. Is that
God.
your final answer?
No, it's not my final answer. Change it to B. I don't. Let's just
Wrinkles?
go.
Okay.
Wrinkles.
Well, there are 100,000 miles of blood vessels in the human brain. That is actually enough to circle the equator 4 times, Aristotle. You have-
Okay.
Ooh. Off by
Oh, I said
one.
3.5.
But
Off
I
by
feel
one
like
time
that's
around
not
the
bad.
Earth.
off by 1 time, you get 1 point. Dave,
Yeah.
nothing.
I get nothing.
I get. Yeah. You get
Zip.
nothing.
You
I did-
lose.
I
Good
did-
day.
Make a wish. Count to 3. Come with.
Damn,
Okay.
we're getting good.
Man, see, that's another one of those. What's a song that gets stuck in your head like over and over again?
The theme song to Wait What?
That's a good one. No,
Play the theme song version.
no.
Wait,
That's
what?
What did he say? Oh my God, my brain
I've
isn't
got control of the
okay.
game now, Lee.
Aristotle, what's a song that you can't stop listening to over and over again?
Let's see. I was trying to get that stuck in your head. A song I can't stop listening to over and over again. I mean,
He needs this for his intro.
I feel like this might be basic, but a song that nobody ever gets tired of. Maybe they do. I don't care. It's Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a wonderful song. Everybody.
That's
can
a
sing along to
really
that.
good one.
kinda
Speaking
comes on.
of
And
Bohemian
the thing is
Rhapsody.
like, well, like look at like Aristotle's got a guitar, clearly a musician, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like how some other musicians can't seem to move on before they cover the song blank, given that it has the record of most covered song.
Oh, this is. I got to tell you a little story here. It's not much of a story.
Before
Every
the
time
answers.
Before
you
the
get on
answers.
stage, somebody yells "Freebird." This
That's
is
true.
the thing. Somebody in the audience thinks that they are original and hilarious. And one time, I was at a show, and one of the bands started playing "Freebird" because somebody yelled "Freebird," and they were like, "You know
Give the
what?
kids
I
what
got
they
you
want."
back." They're like, "You know what? I know you're joking, but now you've got 7
But now
minutes
you,
of Freebird."
now you have to listen.
Now the next
Um,
9 minutes of your life are mine.
So the possible answers, right, for this
Bashir.
most covered song: A, "Over the Rainbow" from The Wizard of Oz; B, "Stand by Me" by Ben E. King; C, "Yesterday" by the Beatles;
What?
Yeah, I'm a big
Musicians
Beatles fan.
can't seem to move on before they cover the song Blank, given that it has the record for the most covered song.
See, I've known this for a while. I know the answer to this. So, Dave, what do you think?
You know the answer?
What are the answers again?
The answer's again, Over the Rainbow, Wizard of Oz. Stand By Me by Ben E. King. Yesterday by the Beatles.
I'm gonna go. Yes, I'm gonna go Beatles.
Yeah. Well,
Beatles.
before I move on, you know, it's
Couldn't hear
yesterday. It's got to be yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a good song. It's a good song. Yeah, that's how Paul McCartney wrote it.
Oh.
He woke up one morning, he was like, scrambled eggs. Give me some motherfucking scrambled eggs. Put some bacon in that shit and eat it today.
Call it a day.
It's a hit. People are going to want to cover this forever.
What's the chat saying?
We got to believe by Cher.
I do believe
Believe by
that's a good
Cher.
guess. Uh-oh. Everybody froze. Uh-oh. Double froze.
We are interrupting this live stream to bring you a very important announcement that the fate of the world and your tummy depends on. We are watching and we are listening. We also have the munchies to you. I gotta be honest, I'm pretty freaking high right now, dog, not gonna lie. For a year now, the Stoning Rolls have been bringing you elevated content and tickling your taste buds with wild ideas about soup sandwiches, which is just wild, man. There are some who believe that the mythical soup sandwich is freaking impossible, and there are those who know it is inevitable. If you like soup and you like sandwich, you've got to be a part of the revolution. So go now, you still have time to become a Patreon member and support the future of cheesebaggery, and maybe one day we'll all be able to get blazed together and unite soup with sandwich once and for all. You, fellow cheesebags, are the key to all of this. Remember, we are Cheesebags, and we support the Stoning Rolls at patreon.com/thestoningRolls. We are Legion, and we are always hungry.
Thanks, guys. Great show. I had a great time. I'll see you later.
It doesn't get better than that.
That was nuts.
I can't believe it. I don't know if we're going to top that, fellas.
What a
No.
lovely surprise.
That was
and
awesome.
such a nice person.
Yeah, see you later. He's headed out now.
Man. Also so nice of him to come to your apartment.
Yeah, that was nice, and for him to go out the window, which is weird. I didn't. The window's that way. Yeah, me
the
too.
meter is fluctuating right now.
That's right.
Let's check the meter.
That's
see what's
what
go-
it was.
Man,
That's what
it's
that break
like
was for.
that interview felt so good. It almost felt like days. It almost
did.
felt like we were going for
Yeah.
days, and I didn't even need to sleep. I didn't need to eat. I changed because I
I
was
sweat
getting
through
smelly.
my shirt. I was
Yeah.
laughing so long. Yeah.
I lost all concept of time.
Yeah.
I was
What a
laughing.
wonderful
so much.
occasion.
Yeah, I'm so glad that all of our viewers got to see that and enjoy that. It was,
Incredible experience.
I mean, please share that with everybody you know. Let the world
Honestly,
know.
this could be our moment, guys.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think we did change. I think we changed the internet.
Did we
think
Bill
we-
and Ted's this shit?
I think
We
it's
really did.
we
Stoning
fucking-
Rolls for president.
We've aligned all political views on the internet. Everyone agrees.
Everyone agrees because of that interview. They saw
We
the
did it.
interview. We changed the world. On to the next topic.
It's the greatest thing ever. I think.
Yeah,
I
we
think it might have been the greatest thing ever.
I think we should be called the Council now. I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
We should get like
The
levitating
Council of
chairs.
Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then we should all get hoverboards. I want to hoverboard.
We get hoverboards and free Capri Suns.
We have a really weird list of demands for saving the world.
And
That's all we want
Uncrustables.
is some Uncrustables.
That's it. That's it. And we
That's it.
we are willing to share this with the world. Look at us. We're live. We're
Unbelievable.
live, folks. I feel
We're
like
live.
what were we on? Question number 4? I think.
4, I believe.
Yeah, the game is still
Before.
going.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised that I'm surprised Seth couldn't get any of the those other questions.
They're hard, man.
Yeah, he doesn't really. I don't know. I think
What?
he's a.
For those
more
of
of an
you
elevator.
paying attention, what question were we on?
We'll find
Should we all
out. in the
just guess
chat.
a letter for the answer? Or just
We're
vote?
on.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know what that's actually the next question. Guess you didn't know that.
What question are we on?
Whoa, God, that is.
Damn
a
it!
good
I never pay attention to these.
You never
things.
pay attention. The answer is A.
That is a great Stoning Rolls question. What is
The end.
number of the next question?
Roll credit.
What are we doing?
I think
What are we even doing?
There's no doing. There's just being. Do or do not. Wait.
There is
Wait.
no do, only try.
Yeah.
I think that's how
This,
that goes.
let me guess. This question had spiders in it.
This one had spiders to do with it.
Oh, wait. I don't know what question we were. Did you get the musicians one, Eric?
Musicians?
I was talking to you about musicians
I didn't
before
remember.
Seth showed up,
Yeah. Seth,
and we
that
had
was
that life-changing conversation. So yeah, it's the musicians can't seem to move on before they cover the song blank. Given
Oh,
that,
Wait, did we get the answer on this one?
that's what I want to know.
I think we did.
Oh.
what was the answer?
What are the choices?
Yeah, what would it? Let's go
What?
over it again. Let's refresh our memories here. Let's review.
This is the Netflix, recap.
Yeah.
Don't hit the skip button. Let's.
Don't hit skip yet. Musicians can't seem to move on before covering the song blank. A, Over the Rainbow, Wizard of Oz. B, Stand By Me, Benny King. C,
Oh.
Yesterday by the Beatles.
It was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
That was
Question.
yesterday.
Was that just
Yeah,
yesterday?
That was yesterday's
Yeah, I
question.
think that was yesterday.
That was 2 days ago.
Over 2,200 artists have recorded their own version of that song. That's insane.
Yes, I
And,
remember that.
So, fun tidbit about that. I saw an interview with Paul McCartney talking about his favorite versions of that song.
Yeah.
And he had several, but he said the best were Elvis. And
Oh, I'd like to hear that.
Elvis's cover, though, he said he changed the lyric. And in Paul McCartney's version is I said something wrong, so now I long for yesterday. And in Elvis's version, it's
I
I
did.
must have said something wrong, so
Yeah,
now I
must have
long
said-
for yesterday something. And so Paul
Yeah.
McCartney's like cocking Elvis in the interview, going, "Is like he's not owning up to it, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's not taking the blame."
Yeah, that's true.
I said something wrong.
That's
Wow.
immediately what I thought.
Yeah.
Non-ownership. See
Non-ownership. That tells
Yeah.
you everything about that man's
Elvis.
character.
that? Yes, it does.
He won't even take blame in a song that someone else wrote.
He's just like, I don't know. I
He's
guess
got-
something went wrong here. Mistakes were made. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know
His
how this could have
reputation.
happened. You're crying a lot, but I think
Yeah.
you just need to smile more.
It's the first time hearing it. I don't know who's behind this.
Elvis just not
Elvis.
apologizing.
I'm sorry. Like, Elvis
People are
was
saying-
a prick. Come on. We got to stop with
Yeah,
the
he was.
He's a prick.
I've got issues with Elvis on multiple levels.
Yeah.
On account of him being the person they attribute rock and roll to, even though
Yeah,
Chuck
such
Berry
bullshit.
and Little Richard were doing it already.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
Little Richard is like a million times better than Elvis.
And they were playing instruments which Elvis didn't even play. When he was doing that Blue Suede Shoes crap with the
He
guitar, and
just
he's
strums
like,
the guitar. He's
yeah,
just-
or the Jailhouse
It's all about the
Rock or-
appearance.
He's doing the poker card in it, so it's like it becomes a percussion instrument, which is not playing the guitar.
No,
That's just making it a scratchy.
Playing a card.
Also, but to Elvis's credit, he did become a decent guitar player like 10 years later. But
He did learn, and
he had the money and the time.
He did have like an amazing voice. You can't take away the voice.
Yeah,
Like he had a
yeah,
great voice, but he was a dude. He was like a child groomer,
Yeah.
misogynist.
Yeah.
Like,
Terrible.
it's just
Terrible guy. Terrible
Anyway,
guy. Yeah.
bonus
definitely.
question.
Oh yeah, the quiz.
Honestly, I'm really glad we had a huge build up to this bonus question.
I'm nervous.
This-
Tony.
Hi, Stoney. You're just in time for the bonus question from the same episode that
And
you've
the
been
Elvis
watching
bashing.
this entire time.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Stuck in a
Stoney,
time
you
loop.
missed our Seth Rogen interview. It'll be
Yeah.
on YouTube
You'll see
this
it
Saturday. You'll see it. It's amazing. Bonus question for the build-up. On July
Was that a
25th,
stop?
you'll
Okay.
find Aristotle and myself speaking on a panel at blank, along with
Oh.
many other amazingly talented writers and creators. A. Wendy's. B. Six Flags Hurricane Harbor. C. San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, this is a tough one. Because
Are
day
we
is that?
answering what we want it to be or what it is?
The answer is C. San Diego Comic-Con. That's right.
Good thing I didn't say Hurricane Harbor.
Aristotle and I will be speaking at the Writers' Workshop from Concept to Creation. You do not want to miss this. Once again, that is Thursday, July 25th from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. San Diego Comic-Con. Make sure to come by and say hi if you're there.
peer pressure. You
What
gotta do
date
it.
are you going to be at Hurricane Harbor?
The next day, actually.
Okay, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
I'm opening for Three Doors Down.
Right.
3 doors down.
They
You know
have a
what?
residency at Hurricane Harbor.
Listen, if Robbie Krieger or Ray, if he dies, we'll be 3 doors down.
What? Oh!
Oh.
Hey, look,
That
Wow.
sounded like a disingenuous laugh. No, that was an honest to God struck in the head with the joke.
Wow. Assaulted.
Yeah.
sorry about that.
That was good. 3 doors. I get it.
Wow. My brain took a lot of laps to get to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I admit that was
You must have loved my musician question.
I do like the musician questions. I like music trivia. I like music. I like ZZ Top. We love it here at the
Oh,
Sturdy
man.
Girls.
All right. You guys, what do you think is going to happen to the world by the time
Oh, yeah?
November comes?
I have the answer. I alone can fix it.
How alone, how alone,
I'd be playing these all these songs on the guitar, but it's over there, and I don't want to get it.
What's the rest of that song? That was live, right?
That was live, and he's singing "I Alone." Here's a fun trivia fact about that music video. The music video is they filmed it twice the speed, right? So they could play it back in slow mo, and they didn't record. They were actually loading all their instruments into the soundstage to record the music video, but they just did like a quick camera test. So the 4 guys were just standing there, and they were like, "We're gonna do this at twice the speed while you guys are loading in. Just guys stand here and sing the song." They did it all in one take, and they didn't even load in their instruments, and they didn't film the video. The video you see is that, and then a little bit of B-roll. But yeah, it's a one take.
What?
It's a oneer.
Wow. Is that why the drummer's just kind of standing there?
Yes, he's just standing
He's
there.
not doing
like-
anything because he doesn't do backing vocals. He doesn't have any drums to hit.
But he lip
Pretty
syncs
sweet
part
gig.
of the lyrics, so he
Oh,
does
does
something.
he? Does he go,
Yeah, he's like,
I
I gotta do
alone
something.
drummer?
Yeah, he made a joke about how he was thinking about NXS. I don't know if you remember those old videos of NXS, but the drummer would just stand there with sticks and not a drum
loved it.
set and just play air drums. So that's the rock and roll history portion of the show.
Yeah. That reminds me of when Nirvana had to play live, but it wasn't live. They were
Yeah.
told they had to do a pre-recorded and then play
Oh.
along to it, so they switched
Amazing.
their instruments without telling.
Yes, and they just kind of danced around the
And
stage.
they just danced around and moved their mouths around and
you know who
awesome.
else did
I
that?
love it.
Iron Maiden did that.
Oh, really?
Yes, Iron Maiden. Maybe I'll show a clip, but they totally didn't do anything correctly on the stage. They just the drummer got up to the mic and was singing and playing the bass, and
That's
it was just
awesome.
Let me see if I could maybe show a little bit of a clip of it. There's no, you really can't tell what's going on here. But none of the guys were playing what they should have been playing in this. It's yeah, you can't really see.
The one shot was just
diagonal wide.
It looked really cool.
It was
looked
cool.
like an awesome show.
It was a great show. They just all just made it. That's what I would have done for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're like, you can't play your instrument live, then why should you? Fake it.
You know who should always have pre-recordings so we don't have to suffer? I guess you don't have to suffer. We can turn the TV off. But those of us who like history, who were forced to listen to that spray-tanned kumquat monster speak at the real Nazi convention. Oh my God. And everybody's like, Joe Biden can't put a sentence together. This guy rambled for an hour and a half about just nonsense and lies.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
And everyone's just cheering, and they all have those little ear pads. They're all wearing little ear bandages now.
That right there, I mean, that just gives freedom to make fun of political violence at that point. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear them
complaining seriously
at all. Yeah, that's not a.
Yeah, yeah.
This is basically what they were doing.
That's how he should have opened his speech.
But there's some insider information.
Oh yeah, I heard. I think I know. Can I guess what it is?
Yeah, guess.
All right. The aliens are landing on Tuesday.
How'd you know that?
Tuesday.
I was just thinking they're sending.
Do you know the
psychic
same
messages.
insiders?
They're inside the
that
spaceship.
guy
the
lives
mothership.
under the bridge with all the keys stuck in the cement. You turn
Under the
one of
bridge.
those keys. I'm not telling anyone which one it is, but you turn one of the keys, it opens. It's actually a door.
It is a door.
And there's
you got
a
knocked
tunnel.
3 times.
There's a tunnel straight to DC.
What's the password though? I don't know. I don't remember the password.
You almost got me. You almost got me
Clam
there.
chowder.
Clam
God
chowder.
damn it, how'd you know that?
That was it. Clam chowder. See, I kept saying Boston cream donut.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was last month.
That was last month's password.
Yeah.
They're all New England terms.
Yeah. Well, I think the point is,
that
how
makes
the hell do we get out of here?
Yeah. Did we just talk ourselves into our own conspiracy?
We just
Do you see
created
this?
Well, you know what? You bring up a good point.
Well,
Just
you
made
know,
up stuff.
actually, yeah.
I've literally, so I'm ready to go through that door. I'm like
FedEx?
renewing my passport. I got a picture that
Let's
cost
see
me.
it.
It almost
I'll
cost
show
me
you mine.
$20. I used the app.
Yeah.
I used-
Well, you didn't take that? I took my passport photo. I was like, they gave me
You
the option.
took it?
Yeah, like you had to, you have to like
Yeah, you can.
really
All right.
make sure everything's lined up.
You wanna? Here's my passport photo. Okay, so I went down to the actual like post office to get this done because I didn't know that was an option. I went and filled out the paperwork. I was wearing a white shirt.
Holy.
They
That's
took
good.
the picture.
Yeah. You're just a floating head.
Oh my god. How do you guys have your passports so handy?
I keep
supposed
it.
to have
No,
mine?
I have the photo. I got extra photos. And I was
That's
like, there's
really
no
good.
way I'm not keeping this.
Lee, can that be your Christmas card photo?
That's
Can you
incredible.
send just that out to
Just
with the
your head.
With the
US
United States.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. That is,
You
I
don't
can't
even have to write Merry Christmas if you don't want to. on it.
I just send people my passport
Just send
photo.
that. Yeah. Do they have a
Puts it on
deal?
your
Can you go
fridge.
get like 10 more wallets of that or something? Go back to the post office.
I wonder if they've ever had somebody like, oh, that's a good picture. Can I get more of these?
Yeah. Can I get this on a keychain?
Yeah.
You need like a coffee. You need like a coffee mug with that on it.
A white coffee mug with that.
when I got this taken, or I took this on the app, but when I got it printed yesterday, I went down to get this, like the application and the photo printed at FedEx. Don't ever do it. Costs too much money because I went. It's like what, 4 sheets of paper and 2 tiny photos.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Okay, that's $22."
Yeah.
So then I said this. Really? And then she said, "Yeah." And I said, "How much?" She said, $22. And I go, "For this?" And then she's like, "Yeah." And I said, "No,
No, that can't be.
And then she said, okay, let me change the price. That'll be $10.
Wait, no, really?
That's what happened.
Wait, that works?
It worked at FedEx. I bartered or whatever. I bargained.
Haggled.
Haggled. That's it. That's the word.
Is that where we are now?
We're haggling.
You haggle at big businesses? I
But if you
didn't know
just
that was
look at them and
option
say-
this whole time.
I was just genuinely incredulous. I was like,
The worker's
this
probably just like, you know
cannot-
what? I don't care.
Fuck it, $10.
Yeah,
Fucking-
just I don't.
I'll put it in my pocket. There's
I
no
just work
record.
here.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was just so confused as to why 4 sheets of paper cost $22 to print. But, that's where we're at, though.
I would just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't realize you were an employee. I'll give you the employee discount
Thank you
to
so
everybody."
much.
I just realized though that like no stores have signs that say no haggling.
Yeah, you can haggle anywhere.
Maybe like this is just something that we've been assuming this whole time.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to haggle, but maybe
Is
you
that why?
can haggle.
Is that why people have such nice things?
And the billionaires are all just like these idiots.
They don't know how to
They're paying
haggle.
so much. Why
If they
aren't
would only
haggling?
haggle, yeah,
They'd only haggle. It would trickle down to them. Those idiots.
you could haggle your morning latte.
No haggling.
I'm doing that next time I go. Yeah, if a coffee's too expensive, if they're like that's $8.50, I'm gonna be like $6.50.
Really? For this?
Yeah. This is $6.50.
Just be surprised. Just be
Really?
surprised.
Yeah.
That real, like I was just
Are
shocked.
you lying to me?
This can't be so.
Yeah.
These 4 sheets of paper costs nothing. This ink costs nothing. You're
Yeah, they
FedEx.
printed it. They printed
Yeah.
it.
They
That's their
printed it.
job. That's their whole function as a store is printing things.
Yeah, but I wonder. So Microsoft went down. I'm confused. So I'm just thinking about these big businesses and all the control and power they have.
Oh
And-
yeah, thank God you don't have Microsoft. Either do I.
Yeah.
Dave, do you
No.
on anything? Yeah,
Yeah,
because
don't-
it was
Yeah, a
it
lot
was
of things,
apparently
but
a
no.
global shutdown.
Interesting.
Like it just
Yeah.
Well, that should teach you what you
Yeah.
should know about Microsoft, I guess.
there are pictures from the airports of the flight screens, all
Yeah.
the blue screen of death.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine you've got an overnight layover and you're like, fuck it, I'm just sleeping at the airport, and then you wake up
It's the
and you're
biggest
all by
crowd.
yourself. No, you're just all by yourself.
Oh.
It's early in the morning, no one's there yet.
Well,
And all of the screens are dead. I would think it's the end of the world.
I just saw
Yeah.
them interview a guy that got to the airport last night at 10, and they interviewed him this morning at 5 in the morning. He was still there. 'Cause
No.
I guess the planes hit. Yeah.
And they're gonna get vouchers for like go eat
If-
Bubba Gump shrimp.
If they're lucky, if they fight for it, I'm sure, because everybody's gonna be like, "Not our problem."
I
Yeah,
remember
if they haggle, they'll get it.
Yeah, if they haggle. I remember my ex-father-in-law got trapped at the airport for basically 2 days. Like
Trapped.
his flights just kept getting
Oh.
pushed and canceled
He couldn't. I thought he couldn't find the door.
to the point like he had left 2 days before us. We were all on a trip, and then we ended up on the same flight coming home. He was in the airport the entire time.
Oh my God.
And they gave him a $150 voucher for
That'll get you
to
from
be spent
England
somewhere
to,
in the airport. That's it.
The gate next to me on my last flight home was oversold, and they kept making announcements like, if anybody gives up their seat, we'll give you $800. We'll give you an $800 voucher,
Fuck vouchers. I want cash.
and we'll book you on the next one. I know exactly, and nobody was biting, and I was just like, I was enjoying the drama from one gate over, and just thinking like, what's gonna happen? Like, nobody's
they
gonna
gonna
give
do?
up their seat. Yeah, then the whole plane doesn't take off, or what? Or they just-
Probably. And
they just randomly select a person. They're like, guess what? You're
You're
supposed to go, but you're not.
And now you don't get a voucher because you're being punished.
Yeah, no. They ended up eventually. They raised it to $1,200.
$1,200 voucher.
$1,200
That
voucher.
doesn't let. Oh, great! I can get 6 burritos from a
I can
vending
get
machine.
I can get stuck 6 more times on this airline.
Yeah. I can afford
I guess somebody
3
took it.
AirPods.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
not with a voucher.
I don't know. What can you get? Yeah.
No, they have those
that
little
machine
vending
at the
machines.
airport where you
Oh.
could buy like an entire. Yeah, you could buy hundreds of
They don't,
dollars.
vouchers don't work for that.
They don't.
They better if I'm fucking giving up
It's
my
only
flight.
it's only for
You know
more
what
tickets.
does work?
It's only for
My
Clock
boot.
and Bell or something? Like, I'm confused. What are we spending
and
this
Bell.
voucher on?
The airline, you have to buy more tickets. Do them.
Wait a second. So the voucher
Yeah.
was to buy another ticket?
Well, dude, the
That's not how that should work.
airline
The
vouchers
ticket should
only work towards the airline that's giving you the voucher.
No.
Yeah, you can't just go down to
airline
the-
vouchers. No, airline vouchers, yes, but the voucher I was talking about that happened to my ex-father-in-law was like
Or like a Visa.
like a
gift
cash
card or-
voucher that could be spent in the airport, and that's it.
Oh, in the airport.
And it
That's
was
so-
like, you need a pillow? Here, go buy it somewhere.
Oh man.
go,
But it was
go buy this,
$150 for 2 days trapped in an airport.
go buy this
Well,
$12
cash is-
muffin.
Cash itself is just a cash voucher. If you think about it.
Yeah, but at least you can leave the airport and spend the cash somewhere.
That's true. It's just airport money. It's
It's not real,
nuts.
man.
It's not real. I'm going to go to the comments on YouTube. We got
Oh, yeah,
a
I
comment from
forgot we can
Stony
do
Spike
that.
from 2 weeks ago. From Urban
Nice.
Dictionary, soup sandwich, a term used in the U.S. Army to denote extreme uselessness. Listen,
That's me.
I
You're a
am for the soup
sandwich.
sandwich. I think it's possible. I think it's
Now,
possible.
listen, I'm glad we came back to this because I'm still just as confused as to
Listen,
how you have a soup sandwich.
Technically,
You've been to
we
Panera
are
Bread, right? They have a
soup
bread
sandwiches.
bowl. You can eat the soup out of the bread bowl at Panera. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
take that a step further. See,
Can't. The technology.
I'm
It
so
is true.
confused how the soup stays in the sandwich.
Don't think about it too hard. Just
It's
It
eat
has
gonna
to be more like a
burn.
calzone.
Yeah.
You gotta eat it quick.
It's got to be like a pocket.
Yeah, it is directed towards something or
soup
someone that is the
Soup
figurative
pockets.
equivalent of a literal hot sloppy pile of sh double hockey sticks. Wait, no, that a gob of soup between 2 pieces of sandwich bread would be. Listen,
Listen, you don't want
Stony
a
Spike.
gob of anything in your sandwich.
A chili hot dog is kind of a soup sandwich. Tony, you're right.
Yeah, that's
Look,
true.
see
but it's
that?
not. We don't put gobs of stuff. I don't. The gobs.
you
That's a
want to
word I don't approve.
You want to stop gobs with a gob
Dave,
stopper.
Dave, are you here with us?
Dave is no longer.
It's happening again.
Kind of a soupy. No, I'm
Oh, there
here.
He is here.
What's happening? Big
Harry,
soup
save
shut me
that.
down.
Ari, you got to save that soundbite. That was brilliant. He just
What's
went,
happening?
Big soupy. No, I'm here.
When you're all, Rachel says, when you're all talking about bands, it made me think of back in '93 when Rage Against the Machine was playing at the fairgrounds in little old Spanish Fork, Utah. People were flipping their shit and trying to get it canceled. Good times. See? I'm gonna like that. Guys, remember, if you want to comment on YouTube, you can go ahead and comment, and sometimes we'll read them here live on the show. Thanks for those comments, y'all. Oh, soup sandwich. Delicious.
Yeah, I still, I'll believe it when I see it.
Listen, it's the future. We can make this. We have the technology. I just watched all the Back to the Futures again. Doc Brown just needs to go about 15 more minutes into the future to bring us back a soup sandwich. First,
I have a question.
what's that?
Is it soup sandwich related?
Are you okay?
Is this another quiz?
Are you okay, Dave? Are you okay? Is anyone in the chat okay? I feel like
I'm okay. You're okay.
I don't think
Snicker
we're
snack.
okay. I think we're talking about soup sandwiches because we are distracting
reality.
ourselves from reality
Yeah.
where nothing is okay. And
That's
that
right.
just hit me in the face.
That's actually correct. You're right about
Okay.
that.
As long
this-
as like I'm getting the vibe right, we can continue this soup sandwich conversation, but I want people to know why we're doing it because
Look,
Happy
things are
Friday,
bad.
Snicker Snack.
I am genuinely interested in the soup sandwich phenomenon, though.
You know it's a soup sandwich. It's politics.
Politics is a soup
It's a real
sandwich.
soup sandwich.
Hey, we got a real soup sandwich going on here.
We really do. Oh man. But look,
And it's
I
chunky.
think I think, Dave, you're thinking about like maybe just like Wonder like bread, like floppy bread. I'm trying to imagine if you had like large, like a large heel from like a loaf,
big
maybe.
roll.
Yeah,
Like you use both the heels.
yeah, and then you encapsulate.
That's what I mean. It would have to. You'd almost have to like crimp the edges too, like an Uncrustable. How
Then
much
we're talking
soup-
pocket. We're talking
how-
pocket. If
exactly.
You
How much soup are we putting in the sandwich? And what kind of soup are you picturing? Because I have a very clear picture. and I
You're
think it's gonna
picturing
be the same.
tomato, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why.
grilled cheese,
Right?
tomato sandwich in one. Like it's one thing. If
But
you can
how
make it.
does the tomato soup stay in the sandwich?
Listen, I
Unless
believe
it's
we
a pocket.
You got to bake it from the beginning. Maybe you.
What are you talking? Baking the soup?
Big of the
Start-
soup.
You start it.
You
in
gonna
the
bake in the
dough
soup?
What are you
stage.
talking? Baking the soup?
What are you talking about?
You got to bake the whole loaf with the soup in it, frozen first. You got to freeze the soup, put it in the
Hold on.
dough,
How
wrap
is
it
a
up.
frozen
Wait,
soup
It's
sandwich?
a frozen bacon soup.
Not from concentrate?
How you baking the soup?
Real size? Not mini? Thank you. I just got that one.
Oh
Listen,
my god!
Am I still talking?
It does sound like a pie,
Yeah.
Stony Spike. Maybe what I'm talking about,
It sounds like a pie.
it's pie adjacent.
Soup pie?
It's
pie
it's a
makes sense.
sandwich.
You know what
Technically,
you're talking about? Okay, so if we're talking soup pie, we're talking basically a bread bowl.
Look, that's a cop out.
But I've heard the term soup sandwich.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it means nothing. That's the point of it.
Because it
It
can't
means-
exist.
Because it means a pile of shit.
This
what
is
it
my
means.
platform. I'm running.
Yeah.
We're gonna put
Let-
soup and sandwich together.
Aries up on his soup box. Let him talk. Come on. Let him defend it.
This is true. I think we could all unite behind that. I think, look, it's two things that seem like they should go together somehow.
No, they don't. It's the opposite of that.
It's like oil and water.
It's the it's two things that should be
Bread
dipped
and
into
liquid.
one another.
French dip.
Yeah.
French dip.
What'd you
See?
call me?
Not a soup sandwich.
It's not a soup sandwich. But
That's not a soup sandwich. That is the same thing you do with your grilled cheese and
That
tomato.
is,
You
that is
dip.
more of a sandwich into soup. Yeah.
yeah,
It's a sandwich into soup combo.
I'm just saying, expand your mind a little bit. Reverse the polarity.
Instead of bringing the sandwich to the soup, I want to bring the soup to the
You
sandwich.
want to bring the soup into
Yes.
the sandwich.
All right.
But how are you
Yeah.
going to bake it a soup?
You've had it all wrong. It's been backwards, man.
You know
I
what
want
you
that to be a
theoretically
t-shirt.
could do, Aristotle?
Yeah.
Hey, little cherub.
Hi, little cherub. Theoretically, you
Hold up.
could use the soup on the bread as like a sauce, just like a thin layer of the tomato
Sure.
soup on each slice of bread. Bake it a soup, put
Yeah.
it to cheese, eat it a
Yeah.
sandwich.
Then that's a soup flavored sandwich. It's not a soup
This okay?
sandwich.
You're never gonna get this. You're never gonna get what you want.
You could dunk the bread in the soup like French toast.
Yeah.
What about
But
this?
then you got to bake of the bread.
You got to bake it a bread.
Bake
What
of
if
the
you're
bread.
making
Not get
the
this.
What if you making the cheese from the scratch? You put the
Uh-huh.
tomato soup in the mix while you're churning the cheese. The soup is in the cheese is in the sandwich. You bake it a sandwich.
I think it's yeah.
You melty cheese is technically soup.
What I'm trying to
Me
say
for
is
president.
it's kind of like a turducken. Okay, this is what I'm picturing. If you can make a turducken, you can make a soup sandwich. That's my point.
That's
is
not
all I'm
true.
saying. I think if you could put a man on the moon, you can make
When
a
you're
turducken.
make
sticking
a soup
something up, when
sandwich.
you're sticking one animal into the orifice of another animal,
Yeah,
It's not soupy.
it's not soupy. We're talking two solids here.
Yeah.
But also,
Right.
there's an end.
See,
It's like a pocket. We're talking pocket.
we build a pocket.
The
in
chicken goes into the turkey. No, the chicken goes into the duck. The duck is now a pocket for the chicken. Then the duck goes into the turkey. The turkey is now
Okay, yeah,
pocket.
we'll go in that direction.
Yeah,
a
see
sandwich.
what
You,
you're saying.
you got no pocket.
yeah. This is a great debate. This is one of the great debates we've had in history. I think.
There are more people watching now than before.
It is an exciting discussion.
They heard our
About
tremendous
this crazy
Italian
debate.
accents.
You got to bake the bread.
Soup sandwich debate.
It's this great soup sandwich debate. This is
The
something
great soup sandwich debate. Oh man, we're going down in history books right after the attempted assassination.
We're rebranding
Yeah,
ourselves.
it turns out there was an attempted assassination the other day also, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the world we're living in. Constant mass trauma happening in our culture.
I was thinking about this yesterday. How many once-in-a-lifetime historical, unprecedented events could happen in one lifetime?
We're
It's
fitting
like-
them all in.
It's the
We're going
new
for the
age
record.
version of how much wood would a woodchuck chuck. You know what I'm talking about?
It really is. It's bad. It's bad. It's a strange time we live in here.
Wait, the turducken that has squid in it, Stony Spike. Further,
Wait,
give us
what do you
more.
call
Give
that?
us
That's like
more.
that's
Because
like
that's a turducquid.
A turducken.
Turduckenwood? Turducken
squid duck.
I think they just call it
A
the
squid-
Kraken.
Yeah. Release the
Ah.
Kraken.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's cracking
The
wise.
Kraken.
or
Over
the
here.
Quacken. If
The
the duck
Quacken.
is more prominent.
Good golly.
The Kraken.
We love that
you.
one.
The crowd
Finally.
goes wild for the first time in this episode that we started recording this morning.
Yep.
We had no interruptions.
That's right.
We did have a wardrobe change. We had Seth Rogen on.
Now, we had a wardrobe change
Unbelievable
after the
interview.
wardrobe malfunction, which we
Well, yeah.
like,
Well, nobody wants
Yeah.
to see these nips. Like, as soon as Seth Rogen ripped my boob out,
yeah.
we had
mean-
to cut to commercial. And that might have caused Microsoft to just completely shut down globally.
He built that wall.
We were waiting all show to get that in.
Yeah, we were. We're always waiting
I'm
to
still
get
not
that in.
seeing enough about this turducken with the squid in it.
Yeah, y'all. I guess
If
we'll
you go
to
that
the,
far, you have to leave like part of the tentacle out at the
Yeah.
end, right?
And then what do
Yeah.
you put
you
in
have
the
to make
squid?
it like the cornucopia.
What do you put in the squid? Because you can't just stop there. You can't just stop at squid.
No, you gotta
You
put,
put
like a crab.
you put like
inside
a little
the squid.
goldfish in each of its little
Oh,
suckers.
Yeah.
A lobster, maybe
Lobster?
backwards, so the claws are coming out, and then there's like tentacles around that.
How do you eat this thing though? Do you just like cut it across?
You
like
dive
that?
on it, you tackle it, you
Dive
wrestle it
on
around.
it. Yeah.
You bite
What do you,
into
Lee?
it.
Do you go down on it?
You go down on
You
this
go
bitch.
down on the turducken.
It's a turduquid and turduquid stir.
See,
Turduquid stir.
it's called the
Ooh, and strips of
Turducken?
bacon on top. Yeah, why not? Let's do this. Come on.
Where do we put the kale? Is what I want.
The kale is called a garnish, and that goes in the fire.
trash.
That's-
We're trying
Yeah.
to eat as many meats as possible here.
Yeah, we're trying to kill as many animals as possible and make an abomination that we can wrestle while eating.
yeah.
We call it the dinner
have
of Dr.
sweats
Monroe.
Afterwards.
The dinner of Dr. Moreau.
We can make this happen.
This is the
There's
greatest
legally
thing
nothing
that has ever
stopping
happened in the history of the internet. The
Yeah.
dinner of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, good golly. It's like Brazilian dining.
Oh my God! Can we please film this? Because look at this. If this ain't Marlon Brando in Island of Dr. Moreau,
See?
I don't know what is.
Been prepping.
You just give me the linen like weird tent that he wears and the straw hat and
Yeah.
sunblock everywhere.
Every scene, you're just finishing a soup sandwich.
It's everywhere.
just-
It's everywhere.
Tomato
It's
soup
just
all over your
pouring
white.
out of bread.
You just
You can make it to turducken, but you haven't figured out the technology for a soup
Yeah.
sandwich.
That's
That's
what's
the
driving
dilemma.
you. See, this is an hour writer's workshop.
How do I make it not a pocket?
hmm
Yeah.
You've tried putting it into pig humans. That didn't work. You tried.
This is your white whale, Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
The soup sandwich. One day, you'll make it happen. Oh, man.
H12 is
now I'm
coming
hungry.
for you. He's
Cthulhu. Wait,
Wait, that
it's
wasn't supposed to be the wardrobe? He just showed up like that? No way.
Yeah.
What are you
100%
talking
believe
about?
that.
I mean,
100%.
Yeah. I think,
That's hilarious.
hey, you know, they filmed it. There is stuff that
You're going to
actors
tell
do,
him
like-
not to wear that?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp got out of his contract for 21 Jump Street because he didn't like the idea of being a teen idol. It's the 80s or whatever. And so the second season, 21 Jump Street, he couldn't get out of the contract. So he would show up. It's kind of like a jerk move if you work on a crew, though.
Yeah.
But he would show up with like a powdered wig and like false teeth and stuff, and like pretend to be George Washington, and then just act like nothing was going on. So he got fired, rightly so, for that.
What a dick!
Had to be a performance.
Yeah, I mean, he's no Marlon Brando showing up with no pants in Apocalypse
Just
Now.
like quit. Don't waste everybody else's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think people don't realize. I was thinking about that when I was watching the Jim Carrey documentary. I watched like 10 minutes of it on Netflix. They finally released it after like 25 years. But I do remember when I was a kid hearing about how Jim Carrey was on the set of Man in the Moon, and he was pulling all these like Andy Kaufman-esque type stunts. And at the time, it seemed like mysterious and strange.
Yeah.
But having worked in this industry for my entire adult life,
dick
I'm like,
move.
Man, that must have sucked.
Especially because everyone who knew Andy Kaufman was like, that's not what Andy Kaufman was like.
He wasn't. He was actually the consummate professional. David Letterman says to this day, he's like, Andy Kaufman would go up to Dave and before the show, tell everybody on the crew, he's like, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to do this at this
it was all
time.
planned. Jim Carrey took this like idea of what he thought Andy Kaufman was and just used that as a reason to just like ruin everybody's life for the next couple months.
Yeah. Just make it miserable. Well, speaking of ruining lives for the next couple of months or say decades or ever, you did watch the RNC? Did you watch part of it?
Here's the thing is, I think everybody like gets that like this could be the end of the world, but that's not like rhetoric or fear mongering. If it goes a certain way, like they want to get rid of the EPA, the one thing that is the agency in charge of combating global warming and climate change. They want to just dismantle it.
Yeah.
And that's the end of humans. The world will be fine. The world doesn't need us.
Look,
we need the world.
The world would be
it's going to be like that movie with Jodie Foster, Elysium. All the billionaires are going to go into orbit, and all of the humans are going to die here.
It's bad. And I don't know how you feel about the subject, but it is looking like, honestly, by the time this is up tomorrow / Saturday morning today, whenever you're watching this, there's a chance that Joe Biden will announce that he's not running. I know that for a fact there are already speeches written, and like it's looking like he's like it's scary, and I don't know.
It's scary. We love Grandpa Joe. Grandpa Joe did a fine job. Let me just say,
he did a great job.
Yeah, Grandpa Joe did the right thing last week.
He also did a terrible job in like one or two major areas.
Yeah. But listen, he's only human. He's also, listen, last week he did the presidential thing. There was an assassination attempt on a presidential nominee at this point, and he was the president. He came out and said, "Hey, look, I'm going to talk to you multiple times a day about this. This is a
no more malarkey."
And you know for a fact Donald Trump would not have done that.
He in fact didn't. He didn't. Although right before the RNC, he talked to the victim's family, but it took that long.
It's just really kind of like sad that this is probably the last presidential president that we'll see. So Stoney asks, who are they going to run in his place? Kamala.
It's going to have to be Kamala because, and then Kamala will be able to choose her VP. That's just the way presidents work. If we suddenly, if they put someone else up instead of Kamala, that's also the end of democracy because we wouldn't have a choice in it.
People aren't going to be able to unite in this amount of time.
I also hope that if it's the case, I hope it's Kamala and either Gavin Newsom or Pete Buttigieg.
Well, here's the thing about Kamala and Newsom, though. Aren't the president and the vice president not supposed to be from the same state?
I don't know if that's a thing. There's also a rumor about I can't remember his name, but he's out of Pennsylvania, I think.
Okay, yeah.
That might be because if Kamala steps up to be president and her VP is from Pennsylvania, that most likely guarantees the state of Pennsylvania will go to the Dems, and without Pennsylvania, Republicans cannot win.
Yeah. Okay, so it's strategic.
They're being very strategic. Like this is like stuff like movies are made of. In 50 years, there's going to be like plays and movies and books written about like the underground conversations that are going on right now, and how like we are at code red right now.
Yeah, we are at DEFCON 27 right now.
This is like that the all is lost moment in any good movie where like there might not be a possible future getting out of this. And
this
it
is
all
Back
depends.
to the Future.
Is this a tragedy or is
when
this
he's
a movie
on
about hope?
stage and his parents,
and his hands disappearing.
Yes, this is that moment.
And the bully pushes him away. Like all of the stuff, this is happening.
Yes.
We need that moment where George McFly pushes the bully out of the way and kisses the girl and brings Marty back, and then he plays, and then the little white teenage boy invents rock and roll. We need that moment.
It gives Chuck Berry the idea to give Elvis the idea.
You know, it's so funny as a kid, I never saw, obviously never would have thought of that. And then watching it recently, I'm like, that's not...
Totally
That's totally fucked up.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. It's like
it is. Yeah.
They're actually crediting Chuck Berry for inventing it, and
they are at least saying Chuck Berry did it.
Yeah.
But now in this universe, it's some white kid in high school.
I know. Listen, I think
I love it. It's hilarious.
It still kind of works. It's still an ode to Chuck Berry, because it's like, Chuck Berry, you invented this. Clearly, that's where he got it from.
Yeah,
but I understand how it's also problematic. It's not the greatest.
It's one of those things that's like problematic now, but when you watch it in the movie, like there are far worse things in other movies of that time that were deemed okay, and now you watch it, you're just oh my god.
Short Circuit is one of my favorites, because I'm like, and Fisher Stevens. Plays an Indian roboticist, because all 1 billion Indians were unavailable for the role, apparently.
They could not get
one person from India, by the way, a country of 1 billion people.
Yeah. A lot of them really good actors, too.
Yes. Cinema. The greatest cinema comes from there.
Yeah.
They couldn't find one. They had to get Fisher Stevens.
Apparently, speaking of, this is fun. I kind of want to check it out. I think it's either called like Living or Killing. I can't remember, but it's
one or the other.
It's one or the other, but it is India's first Bollywood horror movie.
Oh,
like straight up horror movie.
And dancing.
And it's supposed to be like one of the most gruesome, crazy things. Because you see how they do action and dancing and all that. Like, they take it to the limit that you never thought was possible. I can only imagine.
Should we do a watch along?
Yeah. Did you guys ever see RRR?
No, but I know about it. Yeah.
It's 3 hours of the craziest movie you've ever seen in your life. There's a fight scene between a man and a tiger.
Okay.
Well,
it's awesome.
My money's on the tiger for that one.
Yeah.
I'll take that bet.
Well, I think we should go over to the Roach Clips section.
It's time for Roach Clips. Maybe if people went to patreon.com/Stoning Rolls podcast, they'd be able to
see us fight a tiger.
See us continue the soup sandwich debate.
Yeah, the great soup sandwich debate. There's a lot to talk about there. There's so much to be made from soup. And
what a day this has been.
Wow, long day, guys.
What a day this has been.
Feels like 3 days, at least. But thank you, Stony Spike. And
thank you,
Slip Snag.
And Little Cherub. All the Cheesebags.
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Thank you, Seth Rogen, for coming out and doing the best interview anybody's ever seen. Check it out on YouTube.
He did a great job. Thanks. I think I just heard him walking by the window. All right, ladies and gentlemen. See you next time. Right here.
Guys.
My buddy was good. How you baking the soup?
What you call me?
Bacon and bread.
called you a French dip.
Call me
Oh,
Buddy
man.
Lugosi.
Hey, everybody. Looks like it's just me now. Let's play Yesterday by the Beatles. This is waiting music. You know what? Can you guys still see this, or did my internet go out? Because I feel like I hear some noise outside, and maybe some people are working on the polls. Not like the way you think, but, you know, technicians on the polls. If there's people out there, show us a sign.